Hey everybody, and welcome out to Maxed Out Media. Today I want to talk about my favorite film buzzword, cinematic universe. Nowadays, everyone is getting their own cinematic universe. Oh hey, looky, you get a cinematic universe, and you, and not you, and never mind. Let's just take that one back. Yikes. But the point is, the term cinematic universe is thrown around a lot in the current film industry. So I think it's important we take a look at what defines a cinematic universe and what effect it is having on the film industry. Now, of course, before good old Iron Man flew onto the silver screen back in 2008, nobody gave a hoot about cinematic universes. In fact, the term didn't even exist until this guy, Kevin Feige, came up with the idea of giving each of the Avengers their own movies, and then having them all come together in one amazing blockbuster. He called the idea the Marvel Cinema Universe. That is, of course, until he realized how adjectives actually worked, and he retroactively renamed it the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kevin Feige describes creating movies in the MCU as teaching the general movie-going audience about the notion of the characters existing separately, coming together for specific events, and going away and existing separately in their own worlds again, just like comic readers have been doing for decades and decades. I believe this aptly defines what a cinematic universe is, creating separate films and characters that occasionally collide with each other during universal events. Aside from these large crossover events, the Marvel films will also have Easter eggs hinting at other films. But occasionally their films will just hit the brakes on the plot to go visit the Avengers base because cross-promotion makes money. But how Marvel perfected this formula is by establishing strong characters in strong standalone films before shoving them all in a blender and hitting the puree button. And now they can totally feel comfortable putting Iron Man in a Spider-Man movie without having to explain who he is, because come on, who doesn't know who Iron Man is? He's Robert Downey Jr. Everybody loves Robert Downey Jr. We all saw Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Right? Right? Of course, this idea is nothing new. Heck, monster movies have been doing it since pretty much the beginning. With your Aliens versus Predators and Freddy's versus Jasons and Abbott and Costello's meeting Frankensteins. But it has never been done before with the same level of continuity and polish as the MCU has accomplished. And this has led them to make just a buttload of money, just way too much money, like being able to buy out Fox and then fill their headquarters with vintage Star Wars toys levels of money. And when Hollywood sees money, Hollywood follows money. So here we are with everybody and their grandma's cat trying to get in on that magical cinematic universe money. In theory, this would be awesome. Brand new, high-quality, standalone films that build onto each other to form a satisfying universe-connecting blockbuster. Like, man, I can't wait to see James Bond, Mad Max, The Terminator, and Rambo team up to fight some boring generic villain that will collect all the magic MacGuffins and open a portal in the sky. But that's not what we get. I mean, we still get the boring villains in the sky portals, but mostly Hollywood is just labeling these movies with the Cinematic Universe title to hopefully sell more tickets. And usually Hollywood is too focused on making 5 more movies after the first one to remember to make the first movie, I don't know, coherent? I mean, just look at The Mummy. I think the producers forgot they were supposed to be making a movie and not a corporate slideshow of movie pitches hastily glued together by a 5-year-old's macaroni art. DC messed this up so bad while trying to play catch-up to Marvel that the rumor is they're going to be resetting everything with the upcoming Flash movie. I mean, it's not all bad. Occasionally we'll get some good films out of the lot, like Fantastic Beasts or Split, but Fantastic Beasts was pretty much already building upon an established cinematic universe, and Split wasn't advertised as a cinematic universe. It just hinted at retroactively connecting itself to The Sixth Sense with a Bruce Willis cameo. But I do think there is one film franchise that has managed to create a pretty effective cinematic universe, and that's the Lego movies. All 3 of the films are strong on their own. Okay, well, one's a little bit less strong, but hey, every cinematic universe needs its Thor movie. The first movie solidly places all subsequent Lego films in the same universe, and that is reinforced by cameos and Easter eggs in Lego Batman and Lego Ninjago. And nothing has really been explained about the upcoming Lego film, The Billion Brick Race, but if it's a universe-colliding film featuring characters from all 3 Lego movies and a few more Lego-fied movie characters racing together wacky races style, I'd be pretty stoked. But all in all, are cinematic universes ruining movies? No, not really. It's just another fad that Hollywood is going through. Like, remember a few years back when every other movie was a teen dystopian movie? What? What do you mean that bad's still going on? What in the world's a Maze Runner? But like all fads, Hollywood will push out lots of garbage in hopes of making a quick buck. Overall, though, I do believe that cinematic universes will be helpful to movies. But if nothing else, it gives us a new, interesting option for multi-movie storytelling, not possible before Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr. exchanged loving looks at the end of Iron Man. Heck, if it wasn't for cinematic universes, we might have never gotten that Wonder Woman movie, so at least you can thank the fad for that. Thank you guys so much for checking out my first video. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about cinematic universes, and please let me know what you liked and what you didn't like. Hopefully I'll be making more videos like this in the future, so tell me what you guys would like to see from me.